A dare turned me into a girl. Now I'm stuck like this anxious face with sweat lipstick. My name's Ayan, 22 years old. Engineering student by day, part-time barista by night, and up until a few weeks ago, I thought I had life all figured out, comfortable, simple, and predictable. I wasn't popular, but I had friends. I wasn't athletic, but I wasn't a complete nerd either. I stayed in my lane, kept my secrets buried deep, and never, ever, planned on letting anyone know about the one thing that made me feel different. See, I had this part of me I never talked about. A curiosity, maybe. A fascination. Since I was a teen, I'd sometimes sneak into my sister's room when no one was home. Her closet was like a forbidden garden. Skirts, leggings, little tops with lace, the faint scent of vanilla clinging to every thread. I didn't know why it made my heart race. It wasn't sexual, not really. It was something else. A whisper of a different version of me. Someone softer. Someone free. I'd try things on in secret, just for a few minutes. A dress here. A pair of heels there. Once I even attempted lipstick with trembling hands. The guilt afterward always felt heavier than anything I wore. But I locked that version of me away. I told myself it was a phase. Something weird I'd outgrow. Then Emma came into my life. She was everything I wasn't, bold, unpredictable, and loud in the best way possible. She had this spark that made every room light up the second she walked in. She liked challenging people, breaking social rules, and, God help me, teasing me until I wanted to crawl out of my skin. We met in class, over a stupid group project. 1 week later, we were hanging out every day. 2 months later, we were dating. Somehow, she saw something in me I didn't even know existed. Someone worth laughing with, someone worth kissing. Our relationship wasn't typical. Emma loved dares. She'd push me just far enough to make me squirm. Like the time she dared me to dance with a mannequin in the middle of a mall. Or the time she made me wear pink bunny slippers to the grocery store. Every time, I'd laugh, blush, and go along with it. That's what I loved about her. She made life fun. Chaotic. But fun. Still, I never let her see the real secret. The one hidden under my mattress, in a shoebox of shame and silk. I never dared to show her that side of me. I was afraid she'd think I was broken. But Emma? She saw more than I realized. It started innocently. A random Friday evening, both of us curled up on the couch in my tiny studio apartment. She had that mischievous grin on her face, the one that usually meant trouble. "Let's play truth or dare," she said, nudging my shoulder. I rolled my eyes. "We're not 13 anymore." "Scared you'll lose?" she teased, sipping her Coke. "Please. You lose every time you try to outsmart me." "Then prove it." Her eyes glinted. "Truth or dare?" I hesitated, just for a second too long. "Dare," I finally said. She leaned in close, brushing her lips against my ear, and whispered, "I dare you to let me give you a full girl makeover. Outfit, makeup, everything. Just for tonight." I laughed, trying to play it cool. "What kind of dare is that?" "You said dare, babe," she said, crossing her arms. "And you never back out of a challenge." My heart skipped. I could feel sweat on my palms. Did she know something? Was this a joke or a trap? I tried to brush it off. "Fine. But you're going easy on me, right?" "Nope," she said with a devilish grin. "Tonight, you're Aisha, my cute little girlfriend." I laughed again, more nervously this time. But inside, I was trembling. Something about the way she said it made me want it more than I wanted to admit. She went to work immediately, pulling out a pink crop top from her bag, as if she'd planned this. A matching pleated skirt followed, then a pair of thigh-high white socks, and finally a box of makeup. "Are you serious?" I asked, voice cracking slightly. "Oh, I've never been more serious," she said with a wink. "Sit. Let me work my magic." And I did. As she brushed foundation onto my face, her touch surprisingly gentle, I stared at myself in the mirror. It felt surreal. Wrong and yet so right. My features softened. My lips plumped with a hint of gloss. My lashes curled under mascara. Each product she used didn't just change how I looked. It chipped away at the wall I'd spent years building around myself. When she slipped the skirt up my legs and adjusted the crop top over my chest, I felt a flutter in my stomach that wasn't just embarrassment. It was excitement,
shame, joy,
vulnerability, all tangled together. Wow, Emma finally said, stepping back to admire her work. You're gorgeous. I looked at my reflection and didn't see Ayan anymore. I saw someone new. That night wasn't supposed to mean anything, just a dare, a joke, a fun, flirty evening. But that version of me, the girl in the mirror, she didn't go away. The next morning, when Emma left for work, I found myself staring at the clothes she left behind. That skirt, that gloss. I told myself not to. I really did. But by noon, I was wearing them again. And I wasn't just wearing them. I was becoming her. Once you see yourself in the mirror, it's hard to unsee it. The morning after Emma's dare felt different. I kept staring at the mirror. Not to check for zits or messy hair. No, this time I was looking for her.
Aisha.
That name Emma playfully gave me last night. That girl in the mirror with the flushed cheeks and gloss lips, the one who giggled when she twirled in a skirt. That wasn't me, was it? I told myself I wouldn't try the clothes again. I told myself I'd fold them, pack them away, and pretend the whole night had been a joke. Just a silly dare. Something to laugh about later. But that afternoon, Emma texted me from work. Emma, left a few things behind. Feel free to practice your catwalk. Winking face. I stared at the message for a full minute. She knew.
She wanted me to.
I should have said no. I should have ignored it. Instead, I went to my closet, slowly opened the drawer, and laid the clothes out on the bed like sacred offerings. It started innocently enough. Just a top and skirt at first. Then the socks. Then the wig. Emma had left that too, a silky black shoulder-length number with cute bangs. I couldn't stop. I couldn't pull myself away from the mirror. I did my best to copy what Emma had done the night before. Foundation. Lip tint. Mascara. It wasn't perfect, but when I squinted, there she was again.
Aisha.
Me, but different.
Softer. Free.
And God help me, I felt alive.
But the high didn't last.
The second I heard footsteps outside my apartment door, I ripped the wig off and scrambled out of the skirt like it was on fire.
My heart was thudding in my chest.
It was just the mailman. Still, the fear settled deep in my stomach. I was walking a tightrope now. One slip, and I'd lose everything. Emma, my dignity, my life as I knew it. That night, Emma showed up with pizza and a cheeky grin. So, did Aisha come out to play? She asked between bites of pepperoni. I froze.
What?
She nudged my arm. Come on. I saw my wig was used. Lipstick too. You think I wouldn't notice? I could have lied. Should have. But something inside me crumbled. I tried it again. I admitted quietly. Just for a few minutes. Emma's expression softened. She put her slice down and leaned in. Did you like it? I looked down at my lap. Yeah, a lot more than I should have. There was a long pause. Then she took my hand. I think it's beautiful, she whispered. And I think you've been holding this in for way too long. From that moment on, Emma and I entered a new phase. Every few days, she'd bring over clothes or new makeup and say, let's play. But we both knew it wasn't just a game anymore. She guided me through it like a mentor, teaching me how to apply eyeliner without poking my eye out, how to walk without stumbling in kitten heels, how to pose for selfies without looking awkward. She even bought me a set of fake press-on nails one weekend. Trust me, she said, these are going to change your whole vibe. And they did. But while it felt amazing being Aisha in those stolen moments, a storm was building inside me. Because I couldn't tell if this was still a dare or something else. Was Emma just playing?
Was I?
What if I was falling into something I couldn't escape from? One evening, Emma asked a dangerous question. Would you ever go out like this? Just once. With me. My blood ran cold. You mean outside? She nodded, curling a strand of my wig affectionately. You look incredible. I want the world to see what I see. I laughed nervously. Emma, I can barely walk to the bathroom in heels without falling over. What if someone recognizes me? What if someone says something? What if they do? She shrugged. You're not hurting anyone. And I'd be right next to you the whole time. I shook my head. I can't. I'm not ready. Emma didn't push it, but her smile dimmed a little, like she was waiting for me to catch up. That night, after she left, I stared at myself in the mirror again. Aisha stared back, and I hated how much I didn't want to let her go. The real panic began 2 weeks later. Emma had left me alone for the weekend. She had to visit her cousin out of town. So naturally, I saw it as an opportunity. A full transformation day. Just me, Aisha, and the entire apartment. I dressed head to toe. High-waisted denim shorts. Off-shoulder pink blouse. A new bra and breast forms Emma had surprised me with the week before. Wavy brown wig. Red lipstick. I even tried winged eyeliner. Badly. Then, I got bold. I took a few selfies. Posted one on a fake Instagram account I'd secretly made for Aisha. No face. Just a cute outfit. Just for fun. I didn't expect the post to go viral. Hundreds of likes in hours. Comments flooded in. Wow, you're stunning. Where'd you get that top? Gorgeous legs, girl's smiling face with hard eyes. My phone buzzed nonstop. And then Emma called. I panicked. Had she seen it? Did someone recognize me? I picked up, trying to sound calm. Hey babe, she said. Can you do me a favor? I left my laptop charger in your closet. Can you check if it's there? My heart stopped, because the closet was wide open, and right there on the bed behind me was a full spread of makeup, clothes, and wigs. If she FaceTimed me right now. Yeah. I croaked. I'll check. I scrambled to throw everything under the bed. I heard a knock at the door.
Wait.
A knock? I wasn't expecting anyone. Emma was out of town. My heart rate tripled. My fingers trembled as I peeked through the peephole. It was my neighbor, Akash. Friendly but nosy. Always dropping by uninvited. I was still dressed. Fully. In wig, blouse, shorts, and heels. He knocked again. Yo, Ayan. You in there? I backed away from the door, like it might explode. He paused. Then the doorknob rattled. Oh God. Had I forgotten to lock it? The doorknob twisted. And for a second, time froze. I couldn't breathe. My entire body locked in place, like I'd turned to stone in heels and fake lashes. Akash, my neighbor, was right outside. And I was standing there fully dressed as Aisha. I hadn't locked the door. Why hadn't I locked the damn door? Yo, Ayan? Akash's voice was casual, friendly even. Saw your lights on. Thought I'd check if you got the notes from class. I barely heard him over the sound of my own heartbeat pounding like a war drum. Then, click. The door opened 2 inches. I lunged at it, slamming it shut just before he could step inside. Wait, hang on, I said, my voice an octave too high. Dude. Akash sounded confused. You okay? I'm, naked. Shower. I shouted, too quickly. Not decent. There was silence. Then an awkward chuckle.
Oh.
Okay, bro. My bad. You want me to slide the notes under, or?
No.
I'll get them from you later. Please, just go. All right, man, chill. No need to freak. I waited. Listened to his footsteps fade down the hall. My knees gave out, and I sank to the floor, hyperventilating. That was too close. 1 second slower, and he would have seen me wig, makeup, boobs, everything. And then what? No one would believe it was just a dare anymore. I told Emma everything when she got back. Well, almost everything. I left out the part about the Instagram post. She listened quietly, brows furrowed, legs crossed on my couch while sipping coffee from a mug labeled World's Best Girlfriend. You could have been exposed, she said flatly. You know that, right? I nodded, staring at my hands. You were reckless, Ayan. This isn't a game. I know, I whispered. I got carried away. She was silent for a long moment. Then softer. Do you want to stop? I looked up, startled. What? She leaned in. We can stop. I'll pack everything up. No more makeup, no more girl time. We'll pretend it never happened. I didn't answer. Because I didn't want it to stop. Because stopping felt like killing something that had just started to live. Emma must have seen it on my face. She nodded. That's what I thought. But her tone wasn't warm. It was heavy. Like she knew we were crossing a line we couldn't come back from. 3 nights later, my secret blew up in my face. I was studying in bed when I got a message. From Akash. Akash, bro, WTF is this? Attached, a screenshot of my Aisha Instagram post. The one with my legs and that cute off-shoulder top. My stomach dropped through the floor. I clicked the link. Some idiot had reposted the image on Reddit. Captioned it. Indian femboy or actual girl. Either way, fire. It had gone viral. Again. Thousands of likes. Dozens of comments. And now Akash had seen it. My hands trembled as I typed back. Me. That's not me. The typing bubbles popped up. Then disappeared. Then came a new message. Akash, dude, it's literally your apartment. He'd recognized the background. The curtains. The damn rug. I called Emma in a panic. She picked up on the first ring. Ayan. I couldn't breathe. He knows. Akash knows. He saw the photo. What photo? The one I posted. I didn't think anyone would notice. It didn't show my face. You posted a selfie in your apartment? Her voice cracked. Ayan, what the hell were you thinking? I'm sorry, I panicked. Emma didn't yell. She didn't say anything for a moment. And that was worse. Then, quietly. This was supposed to be between us. I know. You promise. I know.
Click.
She hung up. The next day, Akash didn't knock. He didn't text. He didn't even look at me when we passed in the hallway. But I felt it. The eyes. The shift. People whispering near my locker. The way conversations died when I walked into the classroom. Then it happened. Someone shoved a note into my locker. How's it feel walking in heels, princess? No name. Just the words, written in blue ink. Smudged like someone was laughing when they wrote it. That night, I opened my drawer and stared at the wigs. I didn't dress up. I didn't touch the makeup. I just sat there.
Silent.
Empty. 3 days passed before Emma came over again. She didn't say anything at first. Just sat beside me on the floor of my room, where I'd been curled up for hours. Then, gently. I'm sorry. I blinked. You're sorry? For leaving you to deal with this alone. For yelling. For not protecting you. Tears welled in my eyes. You were right. I was reckless. Emma touched my face. You were brave. Braver than I ever gave you credit for. I broke. Tears spilled down my cheeks, and I sobbed into her arms. I didn't even realize I was saying it until I did. I don't know who I am anymore. Emma stroked my hair. You're Ayan. You're Aisha. You're both. And it's okay not to have all the answers yet. That night, just when I thought it couldn't get worse, I got another message. From an anonymous account. Anonymous. If you don't want everyone to see more pics of Aisha, Mimi. Alone. 9 p.m. Rooftop. Attached. A photo I never posted. A mirror selfie. Full face. Full outfit. Someone had hacked my phone. Or Emma's. Or I didn't even know. I wanted to scream. Emma begged me not to go.
But I had to.
I couldn't risk this getting out to everyone. My parents. My professors. My future. So I went. The rooftop was cold and dimly lit. I stood there alone. The wind cutting through my hoodie. I wasn't in girl mode. I didn't dare risk it. Then footsteps. I turned. And saw him. Akash. But something was wrong. He wasn't angry. He looked calm. Almost smug. You came, he said simply. What do you want? I snapped. He smirked. I just wanted to see if you'd show up. That's all. You're the one threatening me? He shrugged. Not threatening. Just holding you accountable. My fists clenched. You don't get to expose me. You don't know what this is. Oh, I know exactly what this is, he said coolly. You're a fake. A freak. And I've got proof. Then he held up his phone and pressed play. A video.
Me.
In full Aisha form. twirling, laughing, looking free. My chest collapsed in on itself. He'd been spying, filming me through my window. "You're sick," I hissed. "And you're mine to control now," he whispered. I stood there, heart pounding, throat dry, legs trembling, as Akash held the video of Aisha up like a weapon.
He thought he had me.
That he'd won. But something inside me cracked. And then clicked. I looked him straight in the eye.
"Go ahead," I said.
Akash paused. "What?"
"Post it," I said louder.
"Send it to everyone. I'm done hiding." His eyes narrowed. "You're bluffing." "I'm done, Akash." My voice didn't even shake. "You want to humiliate me? Go for it. But I'm not going to live in fear anymore." He stepped toward me. "People will laugh at you. I don't care."
He scoffed.
"Your parents. Your professors. You'll lose everything." "Maybe. Maybe not. But at least it'll be my choice. Not yours." I took a step closer. "Now give me your phone." When he didn't move, I added, "Or I swear to God, I'll go to the police." "You filmed me without my consent.
You threatened me."
"That's jail time." His smirk faltered. For the first time, he looked scared. I held out my hand. After a long pause, he handed me the phone. I deleted the video. Deleted the photos. Deleted everything. "Get off this rooftop," I said quietly. And he did. I didn't sleep that night. Emma held me as I shook in her arms. "You did it," she whispered. "You stood up to him." I nodded, barely able to process it. The next day, Akash transferred dorm rooms. A week later, he dropped out of campus housing altogether. Rumors swirled, but no one brought anything directly to me. It was like a storm passed, and I was still standing. 2 weeks later, I did something unthinkable. I went out as Aisha, not hidden in the safety of Emma's apartment, not just in secret photo shoots. Outside. It wasn't a party or a club, just a coffee shop across town, one that Emma picked. Somewhere quiet, neutral. I wore a soft pink cardigan, jeans that hugged my new curves, and a minimal face of makeup. Nothing flashy. Just me. Emma held my hand the entire time. And for the first time, the world didn't collapse. No one stared. No one whispered. The barista even complimented my lipstick. It felt like I'd stepped out of a cage I didn't know I was in. Sitting on Emma's bed later that night, makeup wiped clean, wig resting beside me, I asked the question I'd been avoiding for weeks. "Do you think I'm trans?" Emma paused. "Do you think you are?" "I don't know." I swallowed. I liked being Aisha. I still do. But I also like being Ayan. I don't hate that part of me either. She nodded slowly. "Then maybe you don't need a label yet. Maybe you're just both." I exhaled. That answer gave me peace. For now, at least. I didn't become Instagram famous. I didn't start walking the runway. I didn't come out in some big dramatic speech. But I did keep dressing, and posting, and smiling, and living. As Ayan. As Aisha. As me.